Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae. I am the next few trades and Elbow Barrage! There we go. In the last part, we managed to get the Twinkle Stone, only for Risky Boots to completely, Shanghai us and steal every last one that we've found, basically making us a patsy in her grand scheme of ultimate domination of the world, which is downright terrible and awful. The story would like us to go into Scuttle Town in order to talk to Mimics so that we can get the lowdown and the skivvy on what it is we exactly need to do, but however, I feel like Risky has made things just a little bit more personal, don't you? So I think that we should go on a little roundabout adventure and increase our arsenal to the best possible capabilities that we possibly can. As you saw earlier, by total accident, off-screen, I managed to get a bunch of money, and I actually bought the Warrior's or the Fighter's Brace, which you can see on Shantae's arm there, and if you hold down the attack button, she'll eventually charge up and use an awesome little shoulder barrage move. I did this to cut down on time because we actually have quite a bit of various things to go about and find before we can finally bring the fight to Risky herself. The first of which is in the Scarecrow Fields. I know, every time I say you think you're not going to end up back here ever again, we totally do. Either way, the Harpy Form is the only way that you'll be able to find this hidden platform because there's no way to jump up this high otherwise. Like if I could just find it. I feel like we probably should have run into it already. Oh dear, oh dear. That's the problem with finding these sort of things. They all blend into the background and it's almost impossible to figure this sort of thing out. If only I could attack as a harpy, I might be able to be less clumsy. It's certainly a thought. Oh, I think I finally see it. Here it is, right up here. This must be the Harpy Talon. This talisman will allow me to attack in Harpy form. That is correct, Shantae. Huzzah! There we go. That takes care of that nefarious jerkwad. And now, it is time to find the final 3 heart holders in the game, alongside the last 5 Fireflies, which will give us a brand new superpowered dance that will give us a super special ability that will become in ultimate handy during the end game. So we just must fly eastward to eventually obtain greatness, and hopefully we'll stop running into so many stupid jerks in the way. Seriously. Although, in Shantae's defense, she only recently gained wings today. The fact that she can fly as well as she does is rather miraculous. Let's see. I think what we need to do is teleport our way to Oasis Island. If I know the dance, and I think I do, it's very possible. Did I get it right on my first try? Well, I definitely activated some sort of teleporter, but was it to Oasis Town that I'm looking for? It is! Fantastic. This is exactly what we want to do. And we must go to the west! Into the various, the bogs, as I guess it's called. Or as I call it, the symbiote world. Pretty much just the worst place ever. Oh, accidentally went to the other. Went back to Oasis Town. Whoopsie! Alright, did not mean to do that. No. There are 2 things that we need to find in this place. The first one shouldn't be too tough. It should be right there. A wonderful Firefly just waiting to be grabbed by the Harpy Talons of Justice. And something a bit more difficult to find. There should be 2 giant pillars. Now that we can fly, we can get a much better closer look at these weird beehive body hornet armadillo things. I don't know what they are, but I know that they're unkillable, so just try your best to avoid them. It's really all you can do. We need to find a very large pillar, on top of which we will find a giant flea. Yes, that is exactly what we're looking for. The giant flea statue will give us this wonderful little bauble. The Spider Venom. This talisman will allow me to attack in spider form, and wouldn't you know it, it's actually, at least in my opinion, the greatest single attack in this entire game. Why? Because it is rapid fire, and it also is a ranged attack. You can just spit out globs of evil, nasty spider venom as much as you possibly want. Pretty much anything will bow down before you. The only stipulation is the fact that you have to be in your spider form, which, well, as we all know, doesn't exactly have, the greatest mobility of all of Shantae's transformations, so that's your trade-off. But in close quarter combat, there's literally nothing better you could possibly use. Alright, let's try to avoid these stupid beehive monsters. I hate them so much. You keep trying to smack me around. You do that. Hands off the Harpy fools. Seriously, she's got things to do! And hornets to run into. Seriously, I'm like George of the Jungle up in here. I've got the skills to pay the bills, but at the same time, I'm just the worst. Alright, now we should be back in Eagle Land. Yep, this is our next stop on our merry adventure of finding Fireflies. Now we must wait patiently for nightfall. Or should I say, you guys. Well, I have to wait for nightfall patiently, while you guys pretty much just saw, like, a very quick speed motion thing, and then boom, instant Firefly. So that's awesome. and you guys didn't have to sit through. That took, like, I don't even know how long, like 3 or 4 minutes. It's a very aggravating amount of time to just stand around doing absolutely nothing. And hang on a second, just a cotton pickin' second. There's actually something I completely forgot to do that I should have done before I actually went back to Scuttle Town to begin with. Okay, spike trap, man. Freaking tastic, awesome. Okay, how about we don't have that happen ever again? What we need to do is get back to Bandits Town very briefly. Just for a second, man. We just need to drop off those warp squids that we found in the previous dungeon, okay? We need to get that teleportation spell. Actually, we don't need the teleportation dance. We never have to go back to Bandit Town whatsoever, but for all that is good in the world, I need that completionist feeling deep down within my soul. So, very quickly, we shall jot our way inside of town, drop off the squids, and I guess we'll take a stop over into the bathing springs just to get ourselves some health. That'd be nice. Advanced genies, you're useless to me. The save room, you're useless to me. Warp squid hut, fan-frigging-tastic. And now I begin the arduous task of just handing squids off to her one by one. Fantastic. Is that my baby? I'm not sure. It looks like an octopus. Terrible mother. You are a terrible bright pink octopus. Your children are clearly purple. These are not your children, and yet you accept them as your own. That's just messed up. I mean, granted, babies are freakishly generic in every conceivable way, and that you honestly could never be able to figure out which one is which in a lineup, but still, you're a terrible mother, and I feel like I should point that out regardless. Either way, the Bandit Town dance is given to us. Finally. Just one more dance to get, and everything will be hunky-dory, fancy-pantsy, everything is good in the world. Okay. First and foremost, where is the hot springs, please? The town shop, useless to me. There we go, the bathhouse. Fantastic. Alright. Hello, awesome hat lady. It is good to see you one last time before we have to shove off to save the universe and the like. I seriously wish I had that hat. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Alright, now we can go upwards and go back to Mount Pointy. There's actually a great amount of stuff that I could have grabbed there before I decided to just haphazardly leave and teleport to Scuttle Town. Not my brightest moment. I'm willing to concede to that fact. But I can rectify it right now by taking up arms and flying my way over there. Watch out for the many, many little demon dudes that are just sort of hiding out in the corners. They're colossal jerks. I don't know why they're hanging out in twos. The deadly twos, I suppose. It's very strange. But once we get over the initial bulk, we can just fly over everything. Completely ignore all of these stupid eagle swordmen. They are the worst. They are just the worst, guys. Okay, seriously, like, get a real day. Get a real job, okay? And now we are in Mount Pointy once more. Okay, now there is a heart holder lurking within the midst, and there's also a firefly we need to find. Both can be easily missed if you're looking for one. If you're looking for one, chances are you'll fly right over the other, and it's very unfortunate. Now, you might be tempted to fly all the way to the tippity top of this place, however, you do not wish to do that because there are icicles hanging up to the top. There we go. Took a little while, but they are, in fact, instant death. Touch them and you will die instantaneously. It is the worst. Now, alright, hang on. Before it becomes daytime, I'm pretty sure the firefly, oh dang, is right there! Ha-ha! Thought you could escape my talony grasp, did you? Well, you weren't expecting a genie to learn how to turn into a bird, now were you? Let's see. There's this jerkwad. Let's see. It should be right here. Fantastic. A hot holder again. Another increase. We're getting more power by the very instant. It's quite amazing. It's almost instantaneous how awesome we are. And we landed on a spike pit. That's what you get for bragging, everybody. Okay, let's see. How many fireflies do I have? I've got the 10, and I know where the last 2 are, so everything is just hunky-dory. Ugh. I gotta be perfectly honest with you guys. If you have trouble finding the fireflies, I do not blame you, and it is perfectly understandable, because those fireflies can sometimes be the single worst freaking thing in this entire game. Because not only are they hidden, sometimes you need special transformations in order to find them, and then you have to wait for it to be nighttime. It's like a perfect storm of inconveniences, really. So there you go. But this is what this video series is for. It is to help you out in your times of need. I mean, granted, I would have preferred if you played this game completely blind, but hey, that's the whole point of this. As I've stated many times in the past, I let's play games to try and convince people to play them themselves and have a grand old time. Hopefully I've been able to convey the awesomeness that is Shantae, but you know what? That's okay if I haven't. Because wouldn't you know it, this is only the first game, and there are going to be 3 brand new ones. Well, there's one more after this, and then there's 2 brand new ones right after that. Anyway, this is the place that's immediately to the west of Pointy Mountain. This is actually a place we could have gone to much earlier in the game, honestly, but I chose ultimately not to because it's just easier to come around here more towards end game. There are archer ladies up there. They will try to shoot you. However, they can only shoot in diagonal paths, so that's a little odd, but whatever works for them, I suppose. It's best not to get entangled with their awfulness, and if we could just not do that anymore. Thank you. Okay. Okay, because I've got to wait for night to fall. I guess I'll just stand right here and wait patiently. Anyone see how many friggin' arrows that lady shot out? It's like 1,000 of the damn things. She's not even wearing a quiver. I don't even know how that's possible. Give me that! There we go, a firefly all my own. However, that's not all that we want here. Oh no, there's something else lurking in the midst, and Extendable Man! How dare you, you colossal jerkwad! Oh, arrows. Arrows out of freaking nowhere. Alright, here we go. You think you're great? You think you're great with your extendable face? You're not. You're a jerkwad, and I just stole your face. I killed you. You're dead. Now you have no face. This is the price you pay when you're a jerkwad! I'd like to not... Okay, arrows. You know, I'd much rather walk into a dude's face than get shot with an arrow in the leg, but, alright, sure, whatever. Fine, once more, just smack your face up. Don't have all day for you fools. I've got an important thing to do. Okay, and we were running dangerously low on health, and I don't want to deal with that, so... Get rid of that. Okay, and I guess we're not done being a harpy, apparently. I thought I could get over to where I wanted to be as normal Shantae. Could not, in fact. Okay, here we go. This is actually a bottomless pit that you can fall in, and you obviously can't jump this magical distance, so it's sort of implied that you need the harpy, but you could also just buy a float muffin and bounce over there. However, it's almost impossible to get to Mount Pointy's dungeon this way, so it's best to just go west and hope for the best. That rhymed, and I didn't even intend it to. Right, and one more mighty stump for the road, and this will be our final one, I think, actually. So that's all well and good. Just smack it up. Boom, bow. Fantastic. Go down here, and we will find our greatest nemesis yet. Creepy little clown man. He's about to make a creepy little clown man suggestion, or demand of some sort. I love watching cute girls dance. The more the better. You are disturbing and gross and a clown, but I like your hats and I like your gumption, and wouldn't you know it, Shantae is a fantastic dancer. And wouldn't you double know it, she just so happens to be holding, I guess, a case of spearmint gum of some sort that, when activated, multiplies her. If I can activate it, there we go, it's multiplied. Now there are 2 Shantaes instead of 1. Now we will give you a brief performance. Ordinarily you would have to pay for such extravagant things, but I guess Shantae feels pity upon your stupid face. And apparently, our dance moves were so wonderfully joyous that he apparently, I guess, turned into a jet engine and smacked himself up into those spikes, killing himself. So I guess that dance was so amazing he killed himself because he just simply could not possibly fathom ever experiencing joy like that ever again after this exact moment. So, in a dark, twisted sort of way, you should take that as a very nice compliment, Shantae. Your dancing is so wonderful, people just don't see the point in living after that because they'll never see anything as glorious as your fancy dance moves ever again. Totally ran out of air. Okay. Let us get out of this cockamamie place. We just gotta fly casually, you know. NBD. No big problems. You know what? I just might fight. I'll fly backwards. Flying backwards. It's how the champions fly. I don't even have to look where I'm going to know where I'm going, okay? It's like I've got this place mapped out on the back of my hand. My mighty hand. Okay. This is where we want to be. This is where we'll find the ghosts. And there's one more firefly that we can obtain. Now that we have our harpy mode, or maybe it's just sitting around just waiting for us to collect it. I gotta be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure. But all I do know is that we will find it without problem. I mean, I know it's here somewhere, that's all that matters. As long... Whoa, excuse me there, I just hiccuped. Oh, and it is daytime, fantastic. No, thank you. Super crazy, fast motion, go, 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 go. Seriously, this takes forever! Come on, 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 come on. Still not nighttime. Fantastic. Come on, day and night engine. As freakishly impressive as it is that you're in a Game Boy Color game, sometimes you get on my nerves, I must say. Okay, I know you're around here somewhere, Firefly Joe. I will collect you, and I will stuff you in a bottle, and you will help me illuminate a room. Okay, you know, I think I'm almost positive I've passed it. Okay, the good news is, I know for a fact that it is in this square of land. I know that much, guaranteed 100%. The bad news is, There are so many possible angles it could be hiding at. I don't even, okay? Fine, we'll do a basic scope from the perimeter, and we'll work our way around, I suppose. Sigh, if that's the way things need to be, then that's the way I'll do them, game. I'll play by your crazy rules. Okay, that's where we found one for sure. But that's only... That was accessible through monkey means. We're looking for something slightly more complicated to find. If possible. Seriously, okay. Got this. Ah ha ha ha! Found you! You thought you could get away from me? Well, you are wrong, stupid! There we go. Fan-freaking-tastic! Now we just turn back into normal Shantae, and we look at our glorious thing, and we have 12 Fireflies. That's every last one in the stinking game. Awesome possum. Which means it's time for us to do our mighty dance. And hopefully I'm doing the right one. We'll find out soon enough. Here we go. Is that the dance we needed to do? It's so far so good, I suppose? Yes, Watertown. Fantastic. We're in for a twofer here. There are two mighty things that we can do before we move on. We must first ignore everything. Ignore everybody and everything. The item shop. Yes, the item shop is in fact one of those things. We can finally afford, thanks to my various trips to the Gecko Chamber, the final piece of armor that Shantae can wear and give herself her last super crazy awesome ability. It's all the way down here and costs a whopping 900 gems. However, it will advance her elbow barrage attack to something even more amazing. Come to think of it, I really should demonstrate that attack on an enemy because it pretty much almost instantly kills just about anything. Shantae's got powerful elbows, let there be no doubt. And now, we have an even better attack to join us alongside it. Just hair whip, charge up our power, elbow barrage, and then twirl! There we go. While we're twirling, we are completely invulnerable to every conceivable thing. Everything is wonderful, everything is amazing, we ain't got nothing to worry about ever again. And thankfully, all of the Fireflies inside our pants have finally managed to illuminate this room. Hey, I've got enough Fireflies to light up these runes! And it gives us the super special awesome ability, down up a dance. Fantastic, let's do this thing. Wow, I can use this dance to swap 10 gems for every empty heart that needs refilling. Very nice. That's right, as long as you've got the dough to use it. Just go down, up, and that was B, down, up, A, and since I have 20, that should restore 2 hearts for 20 gems. And considering the fact that you really shouldn't have to be buying anything else for the rest of the game, that's actually extraordinarily useful. And okay, if I know what I'm doing, and I'm not saying I do, what we want to do is down, up, right, B, A. This should be good. Yes, okay. Phew. All right, now all we gotta do is get our flying butts all the way over to the male desert, because there's something in Harpy Form that we can get now. And if you've been paying attention, and you can look at the HUD right now, I think you know what that final object we can collect is. And if you don't, you're extraordinarily unobservant, and I only wish you the best in your endeavors of life. However, things are not going to get any easier. I suggest you start paying more attention to the world around you. You should just be able to... Whoop, and more of this stupid tapeworm. Stupid tapeworm, man. Why you gotta be such a jerkwad? Okay, fly over the cactuses. This is so convenient. Fly over your stupid tapeworm faces. There we go. No. No more Harpy Form. That is entirely unnecessary. We must go. We must travel to the male desert once more. Alright. Whew. I wonder who dug all of these underground catacombs exactly. Because they're very intricate, but they also have bottomless pits. I mean, I suppose it's possible that they're just, naturally developed through running water and stuff, but there are clearly ladders leading up and down out of this place, so somebody must have walked through here and mined their way through, right? I mean, that stands to reason, I would guess. But if they were mining their way in for the sole intention of creating shortcuts to make the whole process of traveling from, area to area much easier, then why would they, carve out bottomless holes that people could very easily fall into and die? It just does not make a whole lot of sense. I think we're dealing with some very, very incompetent miners or something. Okay, let's see. We're in the male desert now, correct? Yes, we are. Okay. Which means somewhere in these parts, in these magical parts of this crazy, crazy desert, there's something we're looking for. I don't know how long it's going to take me to comb this massive sky. Wait, maybe it's instantaneous. Okay, well, there's a pyramid. That's definitely a good sign. We've got some sort of nasty beetle monsters, and those are not a good sign. Okay, maybe let's take another gander around these things. Maybe there's a third one. Fly up more, perhaps. There are definitely things trying to guard something. Flying all the way up. Jeez, up, down, left, right, on to go, indigo, everything in between. Seriously, man. Okay. Where, oh where, is that last heart holder? I know you're up in the sky somewhere. Suppose those things were red herrings. Guess all we can do is just keep flying around and hope we eventually just sort of bumble our way into it, I guess. Yeah, well, at least we can fly now. Certainly makes things a lot easier. Take that, monkey transformation. Do you have wings? I think not. Harpy has proven itself to be superior in all aspects. It even has a claw move. Whoop! And we've gone too far, but there's also another pyramid. And these things are all over the dang place, aren't they? Okay, there's an old man. Fantastic. Can't go any further. That's good. That's good. That's good, I suppose. Okay. I guess this time we'll fly across the screen, but a little bit lower. Okay, well, there's the temple. Very good. Okay. Are you up here? No. In fact, is this the exact same place? How's that possible? How could I have gone that far? I felt like I went much further than that, didn't I? Oh, game. I swear, sometimes. Alright, well, I'll find this stupid thing eventually. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, no, there. Okay, that was an entirely separate set of pyramid things. Okay. I guess we'll make one last trip directly to the right, and if I don't bump into it, I guess I'll just keep scouring about, hoping... Oh, no, there it is! Fantastic! I don't have to do any editing. There we go, and with that glorious moment of awesomeness, we are now at full capacity. Shantae is just as completely awesome and powerful as she could ever possibly be by this game, and the only thing we don't have is the dance to take us to the Zombie Caravan. Here's the story. So apparently every single dungeon has 5 warp squid babies inside of it, and naturally, seeing as how there are only 4 temples, you grab one from every single temple, and then you can give them all to the whatever, and then you have all of them. Honestly, I don't consider this to be too big of a deal. You guys saw me go through all the dungeons. I got you enough squids to get you anywhere you could possibly ever need. There's literally no reason you'll ever want to go back to the Zombie Caravan at any point, especially considering the fact that it moves from place to place. It doesn't even make it a reliable waypoint to get to other places in the game. So by far, that is the single most useless teleportation dance in the entire game, so I really don't feel all that bad for leaving it out. Hopefully you guys understand this little situation. I just didn't know where all the baby squids were. If I had, I would have gotten them, obviously. But as is, I think there's really no love lost here in this exact situation. So now, at long last, let us return home and talk to Mimic. And he will give us the scoop, the skivvy. He will give us all the information we need to know. Of course, first and foremost, let's go to the bathhouse first. We are in desperate need of some relaxation before we go into the unbelievable horrors that are about to befall us. We're gonna be, you know, knee deep in all sorts of Tinkerbat nonsense. We're going directly to Risky Boots' hideout. So you know there's gonna be all sorts of tricks and traps and all sorts of horrifying contraptions. I've never seen a pirate implement so much strategy and technology in her plans. It's very admirable that she's, you know, moving forward with the technological age and going with trends. Risky has all 4 stones. This is a disaster. Our only chance now is to locate Risky's hideout and stop her before it's too late. Maybe if you fly to the highest point, you can get a better view of the land. It's the only hope we have left, so get to it. That's right, that's actually all he will tell us. Fly to the highest point and you might see something. That's all we have to go on. The game told us to talk to Mimic because he would tell us exactly what we need to do. However, all he says is fly to the highest point. Do you have any idea how freakishly vague that is? It's incredibly vague, okay? Seriously, you would assume the highest point would have been Mount Pointy, right? So you might go to Mount Pointy. But then eventually you're just going to find out, well, that's clearly not where it is because I'm not making any progress. You know where it actually is? You know where the highest point in the entire game is? You're not going to believe me when I tell you. Let's just teleport there right now, and I'll show you firsthand. I don't even have to tell you. The highest point, in order to find exactly where Risky's hideout is in the female desert. I know, right? Why would it even be there? But much like the male desert, I suppose that's your one hint. Is basically, if you actually manage to find the heart holder in the male desert, is that if you fly around in the night in the sky, you should be able to find a magical platform somewhere in our midst. There we go. Okay, just dodge the stupid, horrifying aardvark men. Somewhere in the mighty sky. Close, close. That's not what we're looking for. Okay, I managed to dodge 3 of those. That was impressive enough. Just gotta keep on flying, and eventually we'll bump into exactly what we're trying to find. It's not even the highest point. Not really. Okay, just keep flying. You know what? Let's just keep flying all the way up. Because you know what? He said the highest point, didn't he? So, clearly, flying to the very possible highest point and then searching should be exactly what we need to do in order to save the world. Now, unless Mimic's word is to not be taken at face value, in which case he is an unreliable old fool. What a butt. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Where are you, highest point? There we are! Apparently somebody just kind of built a telescope up here. I don't know how or why, but they did. So this must be the legendary spy scope I keep hearing about. Nobody ever told us about a sky scope. Ever. Seriously, you could go to every single town we've been to. You could have asked Sky, you could have asked Bolo, you could ask Roddy Tops. Nobody tells us about a sky scope. Yeah. Who goes there? Eek! What was that? Look at that scared face. It's the only time in the game you see it. So cute. Know that if you wish to look through me, I must first look through you. And I certainly hope you mean through my heart or soul or something. Ha ha! That's right, Shantae. Protect your body. Seriously, don't let this be a personal lesson to everybody out there. Don't let telescopes look through your clothing. Of course, that's what I mean. Here now, I see that you wish only to save a peaceful people from a horrible fate at the hands of evil. Look now through the eyepiece and choose your destination. I guess I've got nothing to lose. Let's see. I guess we'll just gander through this magical telescope, and wouldn't you know it, on our first attempt, we immediately find her hideout. Conveniently skull-shaped. Odd. Reminds me of Grunty's house. That's it! Risky must be hiding out on that island. By my power, I will send you there! Okay, but what if you send me there by magic? How do I get back? Simply stand in my light and you will be returned! Thank you, talking telescope. You're quite the handy fellow, I must say. And with a bit of magic and a bit of wonder, we're here. What is this place? It looks like an enormous Tinkerbat factory. If an entire island of Tinkerbats has been exploring steam technology, I'd better be ready for anything. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on Tinkerbats Island, otherwise known as the mighty Risky Boots' head honcho HQ place of awful and evil. It is through these evil metal girders we will find Risky Boots and put an end to our evil plan once and for all. Hopefully you guys will be here for it, because it's going to be a grand finale, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. Just look at Shantae. She's so excited she's flipping. Hopefully you guys will be here for the grand finale, because I certainly will. See you guys next time for more awesome.